Hi, everyone. Donna here with Bookkeeping Made Simple. Before I get started, as always, if you enjoy this, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube. You know the drill. I don't do any advertising on my videos. I don't take any sponsorship. So, yeah, if this is useful for you, please share. Okay, so in my last video, I talked about some implementation that we are doing here at Bookkeeping Made Simple to benefit our clients. I hear the same complaints from my clients over and over again. Number one is, I don't know what to do. My bookkeeper disappeared. Many times these are solopreneur bookkeepers. It's just them. And if anything happens to them, nobody knows. One of my clients, her bookkeeper died, and she's left trying to figure out what to do next. So this, by the way, is why we are incorporated. There's more than one of me. I'm not even the one working on the books much anymore. But there's more than one of us doing the books. I have a fantastic staff that does an outstanding job. And so if you can't reach one of us, you can reach another. It's set up that way on purpose. We never want a client to say that they can't reach their bookkeeper and so they are stuck. The other thing I hear a lot is, I talk to my accountant once a year, they do my taxes, we talk a little bit, and I don't hear from them again for a year. For my tax clients, we are offering some new services. Number one, all clients from now on, this will be full bore by November, but we are in the beginning stages of it now. We will begin conducting quarterly reviews. What that means for us is we are, and by we, I mean I personally, as the lead accountant, the one with the most experience, the most education. I'm the only one with a master's in accounting in my organization so far. I am personally reviewing all of the books for all of my clients now. And I will be doing this once a quarter. Now, the time will probably come when I will need to hire someone who is at least as well credentialed, as well educated as I am, who knows their stuff, who can do these reviews. But as of right now, it's me. And I will be going through and reviewing every single client's book, set of books. I am looking for some very specific things in those books. And then I'm sending them back to the bookkeepers. If there's any errors, I'm going to send it back to the bookkeepers and have them make sure that those are done. I will review them again to make sure that everything, it's a very clean P&L, very clean balance sheet. That is our plan. When that is done, starting in November, I'm reviewing everybody's books right now, but starting in November, I am instituting, I've already got the email set to go out, opportunity for each of my clients to sit down with me every 3 months to review their books with me, discuss any goals that they have for their businesses, and make sure that we are helping them reach the goals that they've set for themselves. The reason for this is to be more proactive. Some of these may be a quick email series of, you good? Because some clients don't want us to be that involved. Other clients are specifically asking us for, can you be more proactive? And so we are erring on the proactive side. What we're looking for in these client reviews, this is when I'm sitting down with the client. I will have already reviewed their books. I will have a list of questions from their bookkeeper that will need to be addressed, I'm sure. And I will have an opportunity to talk to the client about, one, are you getting along with your bookkeeper? Sometimes there's just a personality conflict, and sometimes that can be resolved by letting them work with a different bookkeeper. Number two, one of the things I want to know, is there anything that's changed in your personal or business life that we need to be aware of as your accountants? What does that mean? Have you had an offer to buy your business? Have you sat down with your spouse and determined that maybe you don't want to be in business anymore? In which case, we need to develop an exit plan and make sure that your books, if you're going to sell your business, there's some things that we have to do. And if we know about it ahead of time, I prefer to know what the exit plan is at the beginning of the business. But there are some cases when we might have to do some extensive rework because of a failure to communicate. And so we need to know about that way in advance so that we're not panicking at the last minute. I went into accounting because there's no emergencies. If I wanted to deal with a lot of emergencies, I would have been an attorney or a doctor. But I don't like to argue. I don't like confrontation. So attorney was out, and I don't like blood. So doctor was out. Here I am. I don't like emergencies. So I prefer to know about this well in advance so that we can make sure that everything is right. When we have a tight deadline crunch, it's very easy for us to make mistakes because we're rushed. And we don't want that. Nobody wants that. We want our books to be as pristine as possible. So we're looking for, has anything changed? Like I said, one might be, maybe you don't want to be in business, you want to sell. We need to know about that in advance. And if we are the ones having these meetings frequently, then we can discuss that well in advance of any changes. Another one would be, I want to buy a house, especially a first house, a first-time home buyer. There's some things that we might have to do to make sure you can qualify for your loan. So we're going to need to know about that in advance. Not one of my best friends, by the way, was trying to buy a house down in Texas. And she called me at the last minute and was like, I can't get anyone to help me. And I have to have this by tomorrow. And if she hadn't been a friend of mine for 15 years, if she was just a client, I don't know I would have been able to do that for her. But her taxes were quite simple. Her situation was not difficult. So we got her taken care of. But that's one of the things I would like to know in advance. Hey, look, we're starting to shop for a house. We want to make sure that we have everything we need. And that tells me then one of the things that I need to know is I need permission from my client to share that information with their mortgage officer. We don't share information outside of our company without written permission from our client, which means you have to send us an email. Or at least verbally tell me, because I record these, and then I have the recording and the transcript. Another one would be, my kid is a teenager. We need to prepare for college. That's one where we might be able to help you quite a bit. Retirement's coming up. Some of this we might know in advance, some of this we might not. But these are the kind of life events. I'm getting married, I'm getting divorced. Whatever it is, we need to know, because then that's going to affect the way we treat your books. It's not going to affect the bookkeeping per se, probably, unless you're selling the business. But it will tell us, oh, we need to go back through the balance sheet, double check it, make sure it's correct, right? Or make sure it's what the investors want to see without committing fraud. So there's some things that we can do that are legal and ethical that will help you qualify for a home, that will help you in the sale of your business, and especially if there is a marital change, either a marriage or divorce. Then we're going to start advising. We have I speak English as my first language. Some days I'm not too sure about that. We have an attorney that we work with that we adore. She is a very, very well qualified both family law and business law attorney. And she's my attorney. I trust her that much. She's also one of my closest friends. Um, but even if she was my closest friend, even given that she's one of my dearest friends, I would not trust her with my own legal things if I didn't know she was a good attorney. And she is one of the top attorneys at least in Utah. She's also licensed to practice in Connecticut and New York. So she's excellent, absolutely excellent. So if you're going through a marital change, then we're going to want to refer you to her at least for a consultation and see if there's anything that we need to do. If it's going to be an acrimonious divorce, then we need to be involved all the way through to make sure that both parties are treated fairly in the divorce, because sometimes the business is right in the middle of that. Again, we refer that to our attorney, and she lets us know what we need to do. So any of these big life changes, and maybe just even little ones, the quarterly review is an opportunity for you as the client to talk to us about what you need, about what we can do to help, and about what we should be looking at moving forward. It also, like I said, one, it gives me a chance to review the books, make sure they're correct. That's the very first thing I do. I don't even tell the client that I'm doing that until I do that. Two, gives the bookkeeper a chance to learn from any mistakes. We all make mistakes, by the way. I always wonder about these people that carry on like they've never made a mistake in their life. Yeah, I still make mistakes. I make mistakes in my own books. Not very often, but sometimes I do, and then I catch it later. And so I want my clients to have the same care and concern that I give to my own bookkeeping. So that's one of the things. We want to make sure we're catching anything before the client finds out. We want to also, do you need tax planning? We can do some tax planning here in office. We also have a tax attorney that we work with, that if it's an in-depth issue, especially if there's a lot of controversy, if it's something that's going to go before to the tax court, we have a tax attorney. Again, he's not on staff, so it's not included in your fee to us. But our fees are so low that it doesn't make sense for us to include that. But we do have a very good tax attorney that we work with for any tax questions. So if you've gotten a letter from the IRS, the quarterly review, I always tell people, one, panic, you're going to. It's from the IRS or from the state of Utah or from your state, wherever you are. It's from a taxing authority that could cause some problems. Yeah, open that letter up, read it, have your freak out, because even I do. And then take a picture of it and send it to us, scan it and send it to us. I put it in the mail and send it to us and say, please take care of that. We have the resources to do that. We can do some tax planning. We can deal with the IRS letters. And then we want to make sure that our clients are well taken care of, which is why we're following up. And we're making sure that because of the quarterly reviews now, how do I phrase this? It's really easy to kind of let things slide because we don't hear from the client. The quarterly reviews, however, force us to make sure that the client is taken care of, that they are not out of sight, out of mind, and that we are really expanding the quality of our service and making sure that our clients are taken care of. That's the purpose of it. So, with all of that said, I'm looking forward to meeting with each one of my clients as we're doing these reviews. And this is something I'm really, really going to be pushing in our marketing moving forward. I'm pretty sure other accounting firms do it, but I have not met any. And I'm going to kind of keep the exact, processes that we use a little bit under wraps because this is our process. But again, the idea is to be proactive. We don't want to just react to what the client says. We want to spot problems before they come up, and we have to have the client's help to do that. So we are looking to make sure that, this is to make sure that we're spotting these problems, that the client feels heard, that we're able to resolve anything before it becomes an issue. And with that, I'm looking forward to talking to you at your next quarterly review. If you're interested, by the way, and I never put this on the end of my videos, but if you're interested in having bookkeeping made simple, do your books. Our number is 801-692-0032. We're in the office from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday Mountain Time. And we are closed on major holidays such as Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Memorial Day, Labor Day, 4th of July, and Utah's Pioneer Day, which is July 24th. It is a Utah-specific celebration that celebrates the founding of Salt Lake City. So all of those celebrations where you're going to be with your family barbecuing or doing fun things, having family gatherings, yeah, we're going to be closed because we're doing the same thing. But we are always available. We are available by email. You can drop us an email anytime. My email address is donna@mysimplebookkeeping.com. Or you can reach out to sales@mysimplebookkeeping.com, and that does come to me. And we're looking forward to learning, expanding our services, and helping our clients grow their businesses. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you soon.